Rangi Coleman. Congratulations, the officially appointed coordinator for Bisling Hawera. Well done.
Thank you very much. Good morning,
Well done
Brian.
on the confirmation of your appointment first. And second, well done to you and the committee and everyone that was involved with the success of the Christmas parade.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And yes, I'm pleased to officially announce that I have been appointed to the full-time position as Bisling Hawera's coordinator, and the position starts in 2013, January 2013. But before we get to that, it is an opportunity for us to say, as the association, a few thank yous need to go out for the event that happened on Saturday, our Santa Parade. And one of the major things I want to say, though, is for the community and the business community here in Hawera, it was a great day. And just the mere fact that they all jumped on board, actually, to support the event in its second year was overwhelmingly touching to see. And also we're so great, our gratitude towards the business community and the community in general is it's huge. Anyway, so some official thank yous. I have to quickly go through them, if you don't mind. First of all, to Paper Plus Hawera, to Dallas McCallum and his team for their support of our event, for sponsoring the major prize for the scooter and bike competition. And just while I'm mentioning that, congratulations to Terence Southall for winning first prize, and a hearty congratulations to all the competitors from our bike and scooter competition, to Hawera Central Motor Lodge, to New World Hawera, Pack and Save Hawera, The Warehouse, Super Liquor Hawera, JD Hickman's, and also our Hawera volunteer groups who came on board during the morning to help us out with the road closures, the traffic management, the safety and security for the day. And they are the South Taranaki Māori Wardens, the Hawera Volunteer Police, the Norman B. Lions, and also a quick shout out to Royden Collingwood, who helped to coordinate all of that, because it does take a bit of coordination. So thanks, Royden, and to everybody who made it a safe and successful event. We'd like to thank you all. To our acts and our performers, in particular the Uko Wanganui School of Music for coming up. They did a fantastic job, and part of the success from the stage is, of course, having someone who keeps the continuity going for the public to enjoy, and that was you, Brian. So
my pleasure.
Big cheers to you, Brian, and the music department from UCOL passes on their congratulations for making the event a great one for them as well. So the BizLink Executive Committee, a big thank you to you guys for supporting me during this period of time, and especially Jackie Johns and Donna Hurley, who helped organise and then manage a substantial part of the event on Saturday. Big thanks to them. And finally, to the community of Hawera and the retailers of Hawera who supported the event, not only in the organisation but on the day. I'd like to personally thank and congratulate everyone, and look forward to doing it again next year, bigger and better.
All right, we'll take a break. It's 12 minutes past 8. You with the case. We're talking to Rangi Coleman, who is the coordinator for Bisling. 16 minutes past 8. You with the coast. I'm interviewing Rangi Coleman, who is the coordinator for Bisling Hawera. Yes, congratulations on the Christmas parade. Let's just unpack it. Everyone agrees, including Mr. Grumpy, that there were more people at the Christmas parade last week than the year before. Now, I thought there may have been about 1,700 the year before. Mr. Grumpy reckoned there was only about 500 to 700. He said 1,500. I had the microphone, and during the parade I actually interviewed 8 people, and the estimated crowds went from 1,500 to about 3,400, and everyone agreed it was a bumper crowd, and everyone was stoked with the crowd. So what were your thoughts on the crowd?
I didn't actually get a good gauge of what was happening with the crowds, because as you can imagine, we were busy walking around trying to work the actual event, and it wasn't until I left the start point from the start of the procession and headed on down High Street to get back to the office to continue the work where I actually realised the amount of people who were in town. So that was my first indication, and it took me a good 25 minutes to get from just the top of High Street down to our office on Union Street, just by getting stopped by a lot of people. So I mean, the numbers will vary. We would have been pleased with one person who showed up.
So anywhere between 1,500 and 4,000 in the CBD of Hawera. That's brilliant news for retailers, isn't it?
That's absolutely brilliant news for retailers, and that's the whole hook for these events, is to move crowds, move the foot traffic through the central business district, and give people a chance to actually move through our retailers' shops and have a look. Once the event is on, of course, there is an onus on the retailers out there to do their bit, and I must say that a lot of them did go that extra mile during the Saturday's event and put on specials and had, costumes on and became part of the whole event, so that was great. So that's what we're trying to encourage people to do, to get down to the CBD when we have events. And shop local, buy local. It's all part of the buy local campaign as well.
All right, we'll take a break. Talking to Rangi Coleman, who is the coordinator for Bisley Hawera. I'll put a question to you, and you've got it until we come back after the song, and that is, any practical tips for next year on what retailers could do differently or better to get people into their store if we get another 2,000 to 5,000 people next year? I do feel sorry for the people in Palmerston North. That ad's a funny ad about drilling and boring. And they're saying that Palmerston North...
What's in a word?
Is the most boring place in the world. I like Palmerston North.
Palmy, where you can get drilled. Or bored to death.
Talking to Rangi Coleman, who's a very happy...
Unlike Hawera. Very much unlike Hawera. Let's separate the two now.
Talking to Rangi Coleman, who's very happy. He's with Bisley Hawera, and well done to Rangi, the committee, and all the volunteers you've affirmed on the success of the Christmas parade. What can retailers do better next year if we get another 2,000 to 5,000 people? You guys are going to bring the crowd. What can retailers do better or more creatively to try and get people into the shop to spend money?
I like the way you think, and I like the way you use the word creative, because I think if retailers jump on board as they did this year, the next time, being able to add value to the event, I think is probably the way I want to put it. Being able to add value for their retail business, and doing little things too, like upselling the business outside, putting out a specials table. I noticed there were a few businesses who did it, went that extra mile just to really upsell their business. They had a lot of Christmas specials on already. So it's about information sharing too. If you know when the event's going to be on and you're keen to get some of your goods and products out during that period of time, then let us know. That's probably the biggest advice I can give to the retailers
there
here.
were some businesses in the Christmas parade, and I'll cite one example, and if I've left another bank out, I apologise, but I was really impressed with what Westpac did, because they weren't going to make any money that day, and there was the manager in the car. They were walking in costumes, giving out lollies, and I just thought it was a nice touch of identifying with the community and thinking creatively, because you wouldn't think that a bank would really benefit from a Christmas parade, but they saw it as an opportunity, and there's an example.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when you think about it, if you untie what the bank does, they're actually connected to a lot of the retails. Yeah. People here with bank loans, and also, most of their customers are locals anyway who shop at our local retail shops. So, well done, Westpac. There's an example that some of the other retailers can take from.
Would you like to see all the retailers, if they could, have their own float?
Well, that's part of the whole idea, is to encourage the retail businesses here in Hawera to be involved in any capacity. Doesn't necessarily mean to be the float in the procession. It could actually mean they just have one of their staff members who are on during normal trading hours that period of time, walking around in the crowd, like Subway did it with their little Subway man.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there's an example. These businesses could even put a float in, or have a staff member walk around in costume, giving away a little treat or a little promo, or because that's great advertising, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we bring in the event. We can't make the tills ring as we want them to, and we no doubt we want to. But we would like to hear the ideas from the retailers building into any event that we put on. So we have an idea of how we can approach the promotions and also the information that we disseminate to the general public who are coming in.
And one last question.
But everyone made a great effort, I must say.
Yes, well done on getting the weather right.
Yes. I can't take any credit for that. I think I have a copy of a show where you actually put in a request and it came true. So thank you everyone for the great weather and for the great day on Saturday.
All right, Rangi, lovely talking to you. Have a nice break, and we'll talk to you
Oh,
next year.
yeah. I just want to quickly remind everyone, our office hours for the Christmas period, the office will be closed from the 21st of December, that's this Friday, and we reopen on January the 14th. And get in touch with me, the retail businesses here, if you've got special Christmas opening hours between now and the new year. And you can do that by phoning me on 278-8796. And Merry Christmas, and have a happy and prosperous New Year.